All praises is indeed due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has created every human being with such a perfection of granting eyes to see with, ears to listen with, mouth to speak with, brain to think with, legs to walk with, hands to hold with, to work with, and heart to pump the blood to all parts of the body. And for pumping the love in the society, for spreading the love in the society, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen our heart to keep the love. So if our heart is filled with the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then whatever we need to see, we see in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever we need to listen, we listen in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever we need to speak, we speak in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wherever we need to walk, we walk in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That means we avoid ourselves, we stop ourselves by going in the wrong path, by thinking something which is evil, by speaking something which is evil, by listening something which is evil, by seeing something which is evil. So that's the reason we should fill our heart with the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala completely. If not, more than half of our love should be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That means the love for our father, the love for our mother, the love for our siblings, the love for our children, the love for all the materialistic things, if we keep one side, then the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should be more than this love. Because Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, a person will not be a true believer until he loves Allah and His Messenger more than anything else. And also Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would teach to his companions that Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbaka. That means, oh my Lord, allow me to love you, to love the people who loves you, to love the way which makes me bring so closer to your love, and also make your love so precious to me than the cold water to a thirsty person. When we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that love makes us so closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That love brings us so closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also build a strong relationship with Him, and also build a strong bond with Him, which will helpful here in this world, and also which will helpful to solve all the problems in our life, which will helpful to create happiness in our life, which will helpful to grant the good characters in our children, and also which will helpful hereafter. Hazrat Ibrahim ibn Adham rahmatullahi ta'ala was a well-known king and also one amongst the greatest Sufi of Arab, would wishes that to become one among the people who loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also to become one among the people to whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. And for that, Hazrat Ibrahim ibn Adham rahmatullahi ta'ala would give lot of charity, would perform all the prayers, would recite Quran, would rule his nation with lot of kind nature, and as a human being, when night falls, when night would comes, he would go to his royal coach, and there he would sleep on the soft quilts. One day while he was sleeping, he heard the sound of someone who was walking over the roof. Then Hazrat Ibrahim ibn Adham rahmatullahi ta'ala shouted that, who is there on the roof? Don't you know this is the roof of the king of this kingdom? Then the person who was walking on the roof, the person who was sent from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied, my beloved king, I came here to search my camel which is missing. Then Hazrat Ibrahim ibn Adham rahmatullahi ta'ala replied, how foolish you are! How could the camel can come over the roof? Then the person who was came by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied, how foolish you are! How could the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be obtained to you if you sleep over the royal coach, if you sleep over the soft quilts? Get up and perform the night prayers. Then Hazrat Ibrahim ibn Adham rahmatullahi ta'ala sacrificed himself in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sacrificed his life in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sacrificed everything of his kingdom, and went to the forest in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There he made himself busy in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There he himself made busy in the reciting Quran. There he himself made busy in performing Quran, performing Salah. There he himself made busy in the performing all the night prayers. Then he got such a status that no one can even imagine. None of us can even imagine that he would rule over the fishes and other aquatic animals. As there is hadith in Sahih Muslim, hadith number 2637, Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves a person, then he calls out Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam and says that, oh Jibreel, I love this person, so you should love him. Then Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam loves that person and announces in the heavens that, oh Jibreel, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves this person, so you should love him. Then all the Jibreel loves that person, and that person will be honored on the earth. So my beloved brothers and sisters, when we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we get such a status in the society that none of us can even imagine that. When we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise our status in the society that we cannot even imagine. Loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a sense, loving the way He loves, loving the actions He loves, loving the path He loves, loving the sunnah of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and performing all the prayers and reciting Quran, doing dhikr,